It's Saturday, June 5th, about mid-morning. Nancy's out of town this weekend, so I woke up, decided to load up the dog, a couple supplies for the day, and head toward northwest Wisconsin to some forest roads and 2 tracks and an area that I'm a little bit familiar with, and just kind of mess around with the Jeep a little bit, running around some trails, see some sights, maybe take some photos, get familiar with the new vehicle a little bit. Common sight up here, dead deer, long picked clean by the coyotes and the wolves that are in the area. This is a really neat place. Some people may recognize it who are watching the video. This is the Sterling County Forest, and there's all kinds of 2 tracks, fire lanes. There's a lot of equestrian trails. There's even some 4-wheeler UAV trails in the area. They're all over the place, crisscross. So if you're up here, you know, exploring, cruising around, you always got to be careful. Keep your eyes open for the 4-wheelers and the people on horses. Well, a week ago, Nancy and I were up on the Gunflint Trail and the North Shore of Minnesota, monkeying around. We did some video recording and had a lot of fun doing it. After some discussion, we decided we're going to keep on doing it. We're going to make some videos, some vlogs, share some scenery from some of the overland trips that we do, some of the weekend excursions that we get out and do, some of the day trips, you know, that we make in the area. Where we live in Wisconsin and Minnesota. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. So if you're seeing this, you know, you want to learn a little more, go check out a website that I created for us, EZOverlander.com. A lot of the roads up here are sand, gravel, and dirt. For the most part, I really am not expecting having to shift into 4-wheel drive at all. But I am planning on activating that system because I've never used it before in a Wrangler or a Gladiator. All of the 4-wheel drive systems, I don't know, the last 10, 15 years that I've been using, have been push button on the fly, or you got a dial you turn activate what mode you want to be in. So I'm kind of curious to mess around with this a little bit, but really today I'm not expecting that it's going to be needed at all. I mean, there are some runs that do have mud that are around here, but it's been really dry. It's been really dry, so I'm not expecting anything difficult. So I did just put it into 4 high for no reason, really didn't need it. I just have never engaged it before, and I had read online that it can be a little stiff the first few times, you know, until it gets used to it. On a side note, I have been getting in and out of the Jeep here a few times to move camera around and to get some different coming and going shots, and I have already pulled about 6 big nasty wood ticks off of myself that have gotten on. At Sunrise Ferry Landing, just kind of checking it out. It's on the upper, or actually the middle of the St. Croix River, the scenic St. Croix River. It is a national park. A lot of people don't realize that. But there's free camping. Campgrounds are maintained by the Forest Service. I think some people are got their horses over across the river there. That's Minnesota on the other side of the river. Probably too far away and too tiny to see. Yeah, just up the road, a couple hundred yards from here where the landing is, there's a campground. You can park and walk into the campsites, and there's a vault toilet. All the campsites have picnic tables and fire rings. But a lot of people who do canoe trips down the Namakagon into the St. Croix, down the St. Croix River, there's all kinds of free camping along the river. There's also some state parks as well where you can actually pay to camp, but there is plenty of free camping. Kind of a nice feature. This Gladiator has a navigation system in it. Typically when I'm out on my excursions and stuff, I use Gaia GPS for a lot of my my mapping. It has a lot more detail, of course, than what you're going to get, you know, on the navigation system. Yeah, it's pretty dry up here right now. I'm sure there's probably a fire ban for the campers and things like that are in the area. Sometimes these Forest 2 tracks like I'm on right now, if it's been wet and rainy, they can be really gooey and sloppy and even muddy. But for the most part, they're just really fine, hard compacted sugar sand. In areas, it can be pretty soft, and you got to always be careful. I probably wouldn't go down any of these roads without a four-wheel drive vehicle, just because if you do hit some of that soft sand, you could get stuck, and you're going to want to have four-wheel drive to help you get through it. Some of the 2-track roads that are up here in the Sterling Forest, Polk County, they can get pretty narrow. They don't get hit, they don't get used a lot. So you got to be careful for pinstriping, things like that on your vehicle if you're worried about something like that. I am a little bit, because this Gladiator is so new. I got just barely over 1,000 miles on it right now, and I'm still, you know, a little careful with it. Doesn't look like this road has been used in a while. It's pretty much overgrown with grass. Doesn't look like anyone's driven on it at all this year yet. Tell you what, it is warming up. Right now it's reading 87 degrees. It's just now 11 o'clock and the bugs are out. Woo! And little gnats out buzzing around, especially if you get in an area that is well shaded. If you're out in the sun, there's a little bit of a breeze going. They stay away, but it's a beautiful day out. Can't complain. Minor obstacle. Little mud. Slightly muddy area there, not too bad. Didn't even lock it in. Left it in too high. Well, I've been tooling around here on some of these trails for the past couple hours now. I think I'm gonna go and find I don't know, some place to pull over, have a little snack, maybe something, buy some water somewhere, walk the dog, get him some food, get him some water. So as soon as I get out of this trail system that I'm on, I am gonna go and find a place to kick back. Well, we just left Polk County. We're heading north into Burnett County toward an area called the Fish Lake Wildlife Preserve. There's some flowages up there that I'm a little bit familiar with that I think might be a nice place to stop and have a little snack, like I was saying. Sadly, this little GoPro does not do that vista there that I just had up any justice. That's just beautiful. That's just a beautiful view. Just got here a little bit ago. Gave Asgard a walk. We're probably going to walk down the dike here in a second and give him a little more of a stretch. Might take the camera out, get some pictures of some of the beautiful scenery that's around. That's the plan. Nancy and I are both really looking forward to getting in some decent overland trips with the new Gladiator here. We were using a Jeep Renegade Trailhawk before, needed a little more space. This will do it. Since we got it a couple weeks ago, I added some step boards to it and a tri-fold Gator tonneau cover. And I think the next thing is going to be new tires eventually. Right now we'll leave the stock on. They're dualers. They're okay, but they're not going to be great for the Wisconsin winter. So I want to get something with a good the 3 peak snow rating. Not planning on doing a lot of modifications of this thing. It's mostly going to be used for commuting to work and running errands and stuff like that. It's only going to be a part-time overland excursion adventure vehicle, so I'm not going to do anything too crazy to it. So yeah, I think Nancy and I are gonna keep doing videos. We had a lot of fun. We enjoyed the process of recording videos and making the videos. The last video, or the first video I should say, of our trip up to the Arrowhead that we did last week is out on YouTube. And we had a lot of fun. We're looking forward to learning more about the production, making videos and the production aspect of it, and just sharing them, friends and family and anybody else who wants to take a look. We're always pretty careful with Asgard. He's small, he's only about 12 pounds, he's a Yorkie poo. And he's prey. Eagles, owls, hawks, coyotes, gophers. There's a lot of things that are a little can be dangerous to him out here in the wild, so we usually don't take him off his leash. It's rare when we do that, at least, you know, when we're out away from home. Yeah, we're definitely gonna have to check him for ticks tonight. I think the dog is getting warm. It's pretty hot out. We didn't get very far away from the Jeep on our little walk, but we're gonna head back, get him some water. Asgard. Right there, buddy. There you go. He's pretty warm. We're gonna get him back in the kennel, get back in the car, get the air on, and keep exploring. Wood tick on the inside of my windshield. Not cool. Not cool at all. Well, Asgard and I had a nice little break there. I did actually bring a little lunch to make and prepare on my camp stove and camp table, but yuck, it was just too hot. It was just so hot I wasn't even hungry. I had a little bit of some cheese and some summer sausage and drank a lot of water, and that was enough. It's just so warm that appetite wasn't there. Now we're back to cruising around, doing some exploring. Just a quick stop. Wanted to shoot some video and take some still photographs with the DSLR. Left the Jeep running, of course. Asgard's inside. Gotta keep it cool. Of course, for anybody who's interested, Nancy and I do maintain a Patreon page that we started not too long ago under the name EZ Overlander, where I keep track of GPX waypoints using Gaia GPS. We got some camp recipes we're going to put up there, as well as some of the still photography and things that we snap when we're out doing our little expeditions and stuff. So if anybody's curious about that, we do run a Patreon page. if you're looking to do some light to moderate off-roading here in northwest Wisconsin, definitely check out Polk and Burnett County, the Polk County Forest, Sterling Township, and just north of there up into Burnett around the Fish Lake Wildlife Preserve. There's just tons of trails, tons of gravel roads. There's lots of 2-tracks. There's logging roads, you know, roads that are sand, roads that are dirt. There's some that have mud. There's a lot of equestrian that goes on in the area as well. And there is a four-wheeler loop, like a 6-mile loop trail that's in the middle of it all. So you kind of have to be careful, keep your eyes open for what trail you're on, watch out for people on horses, watch out for the four-wheelers and things like that. But there's just miles and miles and miles of roads, off-road stuff to explore in the area. I actually spend quite a bit of time up here driving around, exploring, and there's so much I haven't seen yet, but it's always a lot of fun.
Go underwater, undercover. Go underwater, undercover.
I am at Raspberry Landing in Burnett County on the St. Croix River. Never been here before, just kind of taking a look around. Did some slow pan video, and it's kind of a neat place. It's got a little swimming area. There's some people already here that are doing just that, and fishing and just relaxing and enjoying the day. There's a nice breeze that's cutting through here, so the bugs aren't too bad. It's a nice spot. I think I'm going to mark it on my Gaia GPS just so I don't forget about it. Note to self: remember to fix Asgard's travel kennel rattle. Well, we got off the gravel roads again, and right now we're driving on a fire lane that marks the boundary between Polk and Burnett County. And it looks like this road actually does get used once in a while. It looks like there's some fresh vehicle tracks on the trail, on the lane. Looks like they've been doing a lot of trimming of the jack pines and stuff here in the area. I don't know if they're going to get ready to come in here and log. I know they plant jack pines up in this area with the intent of coming in and taking them for what do they want to call them? Telephone poles. You know, they grow nice and straight. They make great telephone poles. So they're probably getting ready to come in here in the near future, do some logging. If memory serves me right, there are, I don't know, about a half a dozen fire lanes here in the Polk County, Burnett County forest area. And they can tend to be the more rugged of the trails, especially when there's been lots of rain. There's areas of them that can get really just downright, you know, dangerous to cross unless you know what you're doing and you have extraction gear for getting out of mud. But like I've said, it's been pretty dry and all the roads are dry. I mean, there's been a few little minor areas of mud that I've gone through that are nothing, just nothing. Decided probably a good idea to do a little stop, get out and stretch, let Asgard run around a little bit. He drank quite a bit of water back there when we stopped originally for lunch, and he probably has to get rid of some of it. The place we stopped at is an equestrian parking lot area. There's nobody here. Bugs are thick. Little gnats buzzing around everywhere. I got some bug spray on, and it's helping a little bit, but they're pretty bad. They're persistent. All right, I think this is gonna wrap it up for me today. I did manage to accomplish what I wanted to today with the Gladiator here, getting it up northwest Wisconsin, getting it off the pavement, getting it onto some sand roads, some logging trails, some 2-tracks, forest roads. It's been a lot of fun. There was nothing today that I really needed to do, or I needed to have the 4-wheel drive locked in, but I did that anyway a few times in a few areas just for the heck of it, just to get the system broken in a little bit. And it's been a good day. Right now it is 97 degrees. Wow. And you know what? Getting in and out of the vehicle, shooting footage, coming and going. It's hot. A lot of bugs, ticks are out like crazy, but it's hot. And you know what sounds good right now? An A&W root beer float. And it just so happens that I know that there is an A&W restaurant about, I think, 35 miles away from where I am right now. So guess where I'm headed. We do. So once again, I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know what you think. Comment below. The good, the bad, the ugly.